and you can make the adjustments as needed. For example, in the military, you know, we spoke of duty, but military officers have duty. They think, but while they're doing their duty, they're thinking about their home and family. This applies as well. When you're with the organization, we know that your family and your home are on your mind, and it's a large challenge to make sure that when you're serving on the organization committee or in the organization, that your focus is there. So the early hearing intervention and detection focuses on identifying children who are born deaf and hard of hearing. And they respond to the CDC, the Center for Disease Control. I don't think that that's who they should report to. They should report to the Department of Ed or something. Why do they report to the CDC? I don't know. But getting involved in that fight is like being in a dead horse. There's no point. So if I follow and focus on my duties, I will be more successful. Here are the challenges for the leaders of the organization and the organization itself. It's to encourage the members to trust each other and to grow that trust while keeping their focus on the goals. It's also about developing new leaders and identifying talent that can be pulled from the membership. Also, it needs to be clear who has authority. There can't be a lot of finger pointing when trying to make decisions. Also, establishing goals for individuals and as a unit is really important. Often I work with people and I sit down and I ask them what their individual goals are for their life. And I try to figure out where they are. And everyone has individual goals, but then we come together and decide on a group goal based on our values. So where our values coincide and where the goal is where we connect. If you're in a church, have a training as a group. Like tonight, you are training as a group. So you all will be on the same page and have received the same information. This one's important too. The character of a good team is what we're going to be, the characteristics of a good team is what we're going to talk about next. But building pride through accomplishment is really impressive. Wow, you did that? Or taking a picture and hanging it on your wall to see your accomplishment is fantastic because it shows what you have already done. You always need to be searching for ways to improve yourself. And I'm going to repeat that. It's a good time to repeat that. You need to analyze yourself and figure out if you need to keep improving, what your strengths are, what your weaknesses are, if any adjustments need to be made. Not only as an individual, but as a group. Also, making sure that you are fair and giving responsibility. We're really talking about authority and duty when we say give responsibility.
Just because I noticed something. One paragraph there that explained that there was one group in America had been totally forgotten about as far as leadership moving through. And what was that? The U.S. Army. And I thought the U.S. Army. So I started researching that, got a hold of their U.S. Army and leadership manual, started studying through that. And I looked through other leadership books. And the U.S. Army, in fact, though, just simply had a framework that was very easy to understand. And that was be, know, and do. Those 3 steps. So I moved that over to the civilian area. And what did this come out to be? It was character, be, confidence, knowledge, know, and commitment, action, or do. And so I kind of used the Army example as a foundation. And that's the reason why I picked that framework, because it works through the U.S. Army. They had forgotten about those, quote, leadership principles, and I wanted the deaf community to forget about that, quote, leadership training we've been going through. And I really, that was really my objective, especially church leaders, too. I can't remember exactly the numbers or the statistics, but it shows that, whoa, a pretty large number of pastors left the churches. People had become so tired and burned out that they resigned from the church's positions, so many of them throughout the country, and that was really touching to me. I was concerned about that. Where was the training rules? You know, they've done all this work and everything. After you open your eyes, we'll explain what's going on, okay? So close your eyes. Put his hand on his shoulder, and you're going to lead him through these chairs to make sure that he doesn't trip on you, okay? Whoa! Thank you. How did you feel about that? Very awkward. And I realized that I know I was being led through the cemetery, and I thought, how does that lead? I'm gonna trip or whatever, and just, or just chase her, or do I stay back or closer to her? I kept trying to, closer felt better. Okay. That's a separate thing called my lead and my guide, but anyway, the point of this, okay, now, how would you rate her as your guide? 1 to 5. How would you rate her? I'd give her a 4. Okay. Because I felt like, you know, my hand should always be on top of her hand, and it should be kept right there. Not down the side, I wasn't sure where it was. So I felt comfortable with that. Now, how should she improve to make you feel less awkward? I'm trying to remember what happened exactly when I almost tripped on the chair over there. Maybe use my elbow to guide me along instead of my shoulder, or I don't know. Should tell me some way, let me know how to stay close to her. And I figured if I'm just way back, you know, I need to be drawn in closer to her. So perhaps if she told me to stay close, okay. You would still rate her as a 4, or do you want to change that rate? I think actually a 5, because, well, it's gone out cold. Because I realized it's hard the first time to be unaware of it. But honestly, a 4. Thank you, Mimi.
Together, they felt that was their obligation. After World War II, Vietnam, especially that era, it became about me. It became individualist instead of collectivist. The values seemed to become secondary. Where are the deaf clubs? They started to shrink. Like in California, for example, CAD, California Association of the Deaf. You know, you think CAD means they should have, gosh, easily 500 or 1,000 members, right? Because it's such a large state. They have 100 members statewide. What's happened? In Nebraska, I'm very proud to announce to you, Nebraska, the last time was about a year ago, we had 40 members. So, when I was looking at values, stance, and I decided that that's the direction that we wanted to go. I wanted to make it clear that that was our goal. Today, we have almost 200 members now. 200 members. We've grown. So you can see that's proof. If an organization has a clear, concise goal, people will get on board and see what's happened. Now Nebraska, we have more members than California. Imagine that. Maybe we should go to Nebraska and copy your idea. I have it, I'm giving it to you today. This is it, right here. This is the idea.
The next 2 or 3 weeks of problems should show it's solved. Come on, problem, They move around to the next relationship real quick. But anyway, what's the right thing to do and to think of? That's what we need to figure out. Now, if the tables were turned, how would Jane feel if the principal attacked Jane here, kind of, and how would Jane attack the principal? Would you raise your hand or something? Come on up.
Interesting that you hear the discussions Bob was involved. And it seems that he was the one who started rumors over this Jane. Bob's name is, so I'm just curious about started with self-esteem.
The practical stuff has Paul, Bob.
It's called Bob. You contacted Bob. Yeah.
Right.
Maybe the principal trusted and knew Jane as a good person and said, come on in. And then you want to tell me about the rumors going around? Maybe Jane and him had a relationship. But the point is, you're right. Ethics is real hard sometimes in this situation to know what to do. So we have to think, what's the right thing? Who has the authority? Suppose if the principal himself was God, would you say, oh God, I don't know, I'll have to find out? You don't know? You know. You can't fool him. You know the truth. So again, where's the authority in this situation? Something, raise their hand. Oh, back there. If Jane is Tom's friend, and I heard that my friend got answers for the test, I would be a little bit worried and upset about my friend. Tom, I have to go up to him and discuss it and say, is that true? What are you doing this for? And kind of ball him out. Ball at Tom, okay? Maybe that's what Jane should do. But this whole discussion is a good way of exercising and stretching our thought processes. Often we like, oh, whatever. A little white lie doesn't hurt, but whoa. That butterfly effect, it spreads, it's going to impact everyone. Okay. We do have another discussion here, but, uh-oh. Poor Tom is the bad guy again. Darnall part-time, and get the paycheck, and as soon as I get the money tomorrow, I'll pay you back the junior AD. Could Jane go on ahead and give me the $25 a month? Why? Why? You said, yeah, but, excellent. Well, if you know, he's gonna be badgered every day. Get in trouble, what? If you change your mind, don't get the $25, you do. I think I was a little confused. Oh, okay. First they're selling candy for junior NAD, and they have $45 cash. Jane Holt with her. Now Tom comes up to Jane and says, I need some money for tomorrow. I'll give you it back. Why not? Why'd you say no? Come on up here. I would say no. I changed my mind to no because not her money. Mess up junior AD cards and their funds, and Mom, if you can pay it back, then you're right. You should be at the top. Sorry, I'm pointing through people here. So, you're right. You're asking for $25, wait a minute, you need to, Jane needs that commission first. The simple answer is junior NAD is not in vain. Maybe he's a good friend of Jane, but now she's saying, you're gonna buy for another girl? No way. I'm down the principal. Obviously, yeah, we can share a group discussion. But again, we're back to ethics. Leadership is building, it's important that you have the values. That's part of ethics. That's part of character development too. It's very important that we do what is wrong. I know that often we approach things with our life and we decide things and go, oh, okay, that's right. And later on we look back and go, I was wrong. So it's a real challenge. And some church leaders, they've fallen because they've made unethical decisions. So that's really key in this type. Part of the character development, okay? And that's the end of this lesson.
Give those opportunities to those people to make it more clear on what their calling is. So that, if your church is thinking about providing, an internship, maybe for the summertime, or perhaps part-time, or whatever, please, advocate for that and support that. And I think that DHM will partner with all of you to make that happen. Okay? Thank you.
About the dam.
I missed what date? It's in that information is in the brochure. Can you explain to them?
I was sure and part of the problem. We had a few interpreters.
A few interpreters with no definition of ministries. And so we figured out, we wrote that, and it was not hard to do, to explain what the goals were and what we wanted to do with funding. We sent it, and they approved it, and they gave us the $3,000, and so we were able to start it and get it set up. And so now we have the FM system, more hard of hearing are involved. And then I moved. I was a leader in that church, but then I moved. But I'm here now. But it is very helpful if you're interested. It's not that hard to do, but you do need to follow the reports and the quarterly reports. It's really not hard. I just want to let you know that. You want to say something? Thank you. Thank you so much, the President, the Vice President, everybody, to all of you. What you were talking about has really emphasized it as I came in. I happened to come into church, and I felt that calling. I really was totally clueless about ministry, and I didn't know what it was. And so then I had to follow up, and so I talked to Tom, and I said, Tom, Tom was like, I said, God has called you to be an evangelist, because I've seen that there's a need, that the deaf need to understand Jesus Christ. I feel that, and I feel that I have a lot of skills, you know, through my 34 years, maybe 40 years, you know, I'm bringing those skills, and so I really am thankful, and I'm thankful to Tom for helping me as well, and all of your help as well too, what you can do for the SCJ, or the, or here, thank you, for the international level. Make them feel good, empower people, and give them value. And your characteristics, how is that impacting me? How can I change those things? It's important that you have to be willing. Be willing to change internally. Be willing to change